One thing that I would say gives DigiByte a very key advantage, and that's the fact that they've decentralized the mining process, which is really revolutionized futuristic thinking, and it gives me confidence in the DigiByte team that they certainly do have an advanced idea of the sort of climate that we're going to be dealing with as we move forward to this new territory, which we've called the year 2019, 2020, where all this different smart technology is basically being made available to a wide range of people who otherwise wouldn't have been using the internet, but now they're actually going to be interacting with these technologies. And I think that it really is a fundamental opening up of Pandora's box in that sense. I think that DigiByte really is positioning itself to fill that demand when it really gets going. So DigiByte's a cryptocurrency that has my attention because the fact of the matter is market manipulation is something that's really a red flag that I think not only it has a lot of people in the community concerned, but I think that it's a justifiable concern when you consider how a lot of the different problems that Bitcoin has and a lot of the problems that come with being such an early cryptocurrency and not having the opportunity to learn from a lot of the other mistakes, which I think is something that goes towards DigiByte's favor, and the fact that the 5 mining algorithms and the decentralized aspects of DigiByte, I think the fact that DigiByte was made with the sort of idea in mind that there would be basically entities that would seek to basically manipulate these different things, and cryptocurrency market manipulation is definitely a hot topic. I mean, you talk about I was seeing this article that NASDAQ says it can stop cryptocurrency market manipulation, but I don't think that it really is possible to completely and totally really phase these things entirely out, and that's sort of going to be a very big variable as these things continue to culminate. So basically I definitely recommend checking out some of these different articles, but fundamentally I think that DigiByte really does stand to be a key catalyst to basically move in on a lot of the different turf that Bitcoin currently covers, because when you think about the day-to-day uses and the potential of these different technologies, I would imagine that people would probably lean more towards DigiByte for the speed and a lot of these other things that it has going for it, which are really the Achilles heel of Bitcoin. I could definitely see Bitcoin as a store of value. I think that there's going to always be that, but I think as far as the activities and all these different things that people moving around, because there's different functionalities as far as these different what these different technologies represent, and I think that where DigiByte has been positioning themselves as far as securities and all these different things go, it is certainly an interesting road to see that it moves down, and I'm definitely excited to see DigiByte as it continues to develop. Blockchain is really going to be a key talking point as we see cryptocurrencies continue to develop, and I think that the ones that fail to realize this fundamental pivotal thing are going to be the ones that ultimately fall by the wayside. So I'm definitely excited to be seeing what DigiByte's been doing as far as revolutionizing these fundamental aspects, and I think that right now there is a great community that's built up around DigiByte, but I think that we can do more to basically educate the rest of the cryptocurrency community as to really what's at stake. If DigiByte is I think DigiByte's pretty set. I think that it's going, I'm pretty sure it's realistically what cryptocurrency needs to be like is DigiByte, in my opinion, would be sort of along those lines. But in this video, we're going to be taking more of a data analytical analysis of these things and talking about how DigiByte's going to be a significant actor as we see mass adoption continuing to take place and people all around the world using these technologies for actual day-to-day mundane transactions of the day-to-day, and also big purchases, which I think is also something that will be important to talk about. I'm actually really excited to have the opportunity to make this video today because there's a lot of different things that we really need to talk about, very critical developments that are going to be playing a huge role in the development of cryptocurrencies, and I would say DigiByte is definitely right in the center of this. I saw this Captain Altcoin article talking about DigiByte is the dark horse of basically cryptocurrencies, and I think that's an interesting way to put it. And of course, this article right here by Crypto Recorder was interesting, talking about how DigiByte's been doing some really important work recovering some of its losses, and of course what we've been seeing happening involving the overall space, and we were witnessing basically the teetering and tottering of the market cap, and basically things moving sideways for the most part, but I'm sure that there's people who've been feeling the volatility, because I mean, you definitely although we haven't been seeing some really earlier this week, it was way more volatile, I would say, than it is right now, but things are pretty much all over the place as far as these developments go. But I think that this is a good time where we could essentially use this sideways moment, because some people get bored when they see the not as much activity happening across the board, but not me. I personally, I think that it's these times like we have right now with these more stable, there is a sense of stability, but I think that it's a false sense of stability. I think that it's really just basically getting ready to be just as crazy as things have been in the past, and once you know, what I've seen for the most part is that when things have a tendency to start getting crazy, once the bulls really come in, then they keep coming, or they keep going. You know, they're either coming or they're going. Relatively right now, I would say that a lot of people's attention is probably taken up by the stock market, and a lot of these different international variables as they've been. I mean, also as it stands, cryptocurrency in and of itself is definitely obviously it does have, I would say that a lot of the people who are paying attention to crypto right now are people who aren't necessarily just getting involved with it. I've noticed that there's different periods of time when we have new people who are just now starting to hear about cryptocurrency, and for the most part it seems as if it's a pretty well hardened group of people who've been essentially looking at these different technologies. People like myself who've been involved with studying the development of this space for some years now. In particular, I think the people who've been paying attention since 2009 are really going to be well, you know, the more years you have under your belt, the more basically it's like anything, you'll have that sort of you know, knowledge. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. You know, remember, this video is entirely just so that I could share my opinion, and I'm actually interested in hearing what your opinion is. I'm not like one of those YouTubers who doesn't read the comments. I actually read every single comment down below, and I'll definitely favorite one of the comments from, you know, if you write the best comment, I'll definitely pin it to the top of the board. So that's something to give more of an incentive to really get that conversation going, because I think right now we do have a really great opportunity to learn more about these things and really distinguish the particulars that are going to be key central variables as these different developments continue to implement themselves. And I'm very excited to see where DigiByte and the team that's working with DigiByte is going to be taking this as things move forward, especially seeing DigiByte in the ranking number 38 position right now, you know, in the current climate of all these different things. But very exciting. I think that the blockchain, the DigiByte blockchain, definitely, I mean, it's well spread out across the world. People use the community is, you know, it's so many different places all around the world. It's unprecedented, the amount of growth potential that DigiByte has going for it. So I'm definitely happy that we've had this opportunity to cover all these different topics and discussion points as far as these things go. And I'm actually going to be including a link in the description to this video, Market Angel, which he basically talks about a lot of the similar things that we talked about in this video, which basically ties into that whole conversation about day-to-day purchases and what we're actually going to be seeing as far as the development of people using cryptocurrencies, you know, in day-to-day life. Not only people going into the grocery store and using cryptocurrency in place of where they otherwise might have been using USD or, you know, fiat currencies, as the case might be, I think that there is a key point that can be made that DigiByte is positioning themselves in a really substantial way that definitely could be a catalyst to give some of these other technologies that are aiming to have that position in the future, sort of give the market a run for its money. DigiByte certainly does seem to have a sense of where things are going to be developing and moving forward. At the time of making this video, I mean, 6% in the green. Nice to see all these things happening to DigiByte. And if you are a fan of DigiByte, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because we'll be keeping you up to date regarding all the different news that's going to be happening and involving this technology as we see these developments. Definitely exciting to be so early in the game and seeing all these different technologies really blooming in such an early stage. So I hope you have enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.